My name is James, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you my best bets for UFC 310. That is Alex Pantoja taking on Kai Asakura. Honestly, this card is pretty good. Title fight for a debuter, though. Very questionable, but, you know, the UFC knows what they're doing there. And then, obviously, the betting line. Some of them are gone, but that's just how the game goes. Obviously, if you just want to see a certain part, skip ahead. Timestamps are going to be in the description. Obviously, I'm going to show you a recap of how we did last weekend, my prop bets, parlays, money lines, that kind of stuff. So obviously just see the part that you want to see. If not, watch the whole video, helps the channel out. Obviously like and subscribe. A few things to note before we get into things though. One, Black Friday just happened, so new webcams incoming, so better camera quality, better audio. The channel is going to be growing from there. Two, I have my finals coming up, so I'm not able to make a quick predictions, but if you look in the shorts or the TikTok or the reels, that kind of thing, you can find my quick predictions. And then three, new graphics. How do we like them? Obviously, if you like them, comment down below, kind of tell me what you like and don't like, just so I can improve or, you know, so forth. Let's not waste any time, let's just get into it. How we did last weekend, UFC Macau, smashed. Okay, we made like 1,100 bucks, so rent is paid double again, because we already made 1,100 bucks for UFC 100. Obviously on screen, this is how we've done for the last 3 fights here, or 3 fight nights. Whatever I'm saying there. 10 and 14, 71% win rate. Gotta love that. Money lines, obviously Wang Kong. And then the Quang Li and the blah, blah, blah. I wasn't really too confident on them, and I'm pretty sure in those fights I picked the other way anyway. I just told you why I think these guys could win, but I wasn't on their side. And then prop bets. Smashing it with prop bets. I've been telling you, if I tell somebody like, oh, this guy's gonna win by KO only, it loses, right? But if I say KO or decision, it wins, right? Obviously, it's all to do with statistics. Of course, I have a better chance of hitting it if I pick 2, but I have a better odds. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. Basically, I'm just better at doing the pick 2 rather than just pick 1. Next, parlays. Smashed it. You know, even though the green bets parlay lost, very unfortunate there. The first 2 fights hit again. This is like the 8th time in a row or something like that. So, gotta love that. Let's move on into this current best bets. So money lines first. Ciryl Gane, okay? He's gonna be a better striker than Volkov, in and out, so better footwork. His ground game, that's pretty much what his whole camp has been about for this fight. What does Volkov have that's gonna beat Gane? The only fact, or the only thing that Volkov has is the fact that he's been slightly more active. That's it, he's older. I don't think he's gonna be a better striker here, and his ground game, sure, is good. And obviously that was one of Gane's weaknesses, but Gane's has been working on it. So I don't know, I think this is pretty straightforward. Gane's gonna win. Next, Nchukwu, you know, light heavyweight, he was kind of nothing, very wishy-washy. Obviously he has that win against Oberg, which is aging perfectly, like fine wine, you could say. Moved up to heavyweight, beat Chris Barnett, unlucky there. But yeah, you know, heavyweight is such a shit division that it's so easy to get into the top 15. Honestly, if I put in like 60 pounds or something like that, or if some of my friends say I don't need to put on any of the weight because I'm already there, don't like them. But anyway, heavyweight is just not a good division. So honestly, Nchaku's going to be the better striker here, and that's all it comes down to. Bretsky just isn't good, so that's that. And then next, Pantoja. Okay, we all know what we're going to get from Pantoja. If it goes to the ground, you're staying on the ground for the whole round. That's it. You're just taking the round off. His striking is underrated, and his cardio is non-stop. He takes hits like nothing else. In my head, I just don't see how Kai Asakura wins this, apart from like a random lucky knee or an elbow or something like that. I don't see it. So I think Pantoja's got this all day. So those are the money lines, pretty straightforward. Next, underdog time. Listen. I know some people are gonna be angry, okay? Why is Ian Gary on an underdog bet here? I think he could win this, okay? And I know it's a very clear path for Shavkat to win, but is it? Is it really a clear path? Shavkat's striking is okay, right? He has good pressure, good killer instinct, fight IQ good. His takedowns suck. So realistically, he needs kind of somebody else to take it to the ground for him, or in like a random clinch work or something like that. Ian Gary, his takedown defense is good, so I think he's going to be able to withstand the takedowns from Shavkat. And his striking's better. He has very smart fight IQ. I think the fight's going to play out like this. First round, second round, Shavkat. Third, fourth, and fifth, because Shavkat is tough, it's going to be Gary all day. Gary has better cardio. He's a better point fighter. He can stay on the outside, avoid the big takedowns, and probably get the bigger moments too. Gary also has underrated striking. So if it does go to the ground, obviously I do worry. I think Gary is kind of fucked there, but I'm going to go with Gary. I know it's very underrated, but I think Gary's got this. Next, Doo Ho Choi. This fight, honestly, against Nate Landwehr, don't bet on it, but it's just saying is Doo Ho Choi, he has 7 fights, 5 fight of the fight. Oh, tongue twister. 7 fights, 5 fight of the night bonuses, right? So that kind of shows you what kind of guy this Doo Ho Choi is. He's a killer. The problem is Nate the Train is also a killer too. He comes forward like nothing else. Doesn't really have crazy power, but it's his like relentless pressure of just not letting you kind of breathe in a sense. So Doo Ho Choi could find the counter shot, which I think is why the odds are close here. And Nate the Train, although hasn't really been knocked out too often, he always gets wobbled at some point. And Doo Ho Choi has the ability to hurt people. So I get why he's an underdog, because I think the pressure and the takedowns and all that kind of stuff from Nate will be enough, which is why I'm picking him. But Doo Ho Choi does have a chance here, so don't count him out. And then next, Michael Chiesa. It shows -110, but it was an underdog for pretty much the last week and a half here. He's taking on somebody like Trevin Giles. Honestly, both guys are bad. Don't bet on this fight. But Michael Chiesa could win this. His striking, so-so, right? Nothing to really be, nothing really to take home about or brag about. But he has the threat of the takedowns, and Trevin Giles does not do good against takedowns. So in my head, I think it's pretty straightforward. Michael Chiesa, he can at least threaten the takedowns, if not get his own takedowns. He's also been a coach more and like studying the game, so that's obviously going to make him a slightly better wrestler too, because he's observing it and actually analyzing the sport a little bit more now. So I think it's a pretty straightforward for Michael Chiesa. And yeah, Max Griffin. Oh, did I say Trevin Giles the whole time? I meant Max Griffin. Max Griffin, he throws like one punch around, so I don't think he wins. Good win though. But I think Michael Chiesa's got this. I don't think he's going to be... Like, the people who beat Michael Chiesa are just going to be younger, faster guys. Max Griffin is not fast anymore, and he's not young. So, I don't see how he wins. Prop bets. Week 8. Last weekend, smashed it. This weekend, I don't know, fingers crossed. Hopefully we get it done too. Pantoja, underrated striking. And Kai Sakura's losses have only been to knockouts. So in my head, it makes sense. KO, or if he goes to the ground, he can probably find a sub. I do not imagine this going to decision. Gary by KO. Sue me. I think it's going to happen. I think he's going to knock out Shavkat, and if not, it's going to go to the decision. Gone, pretty straightforward too. He's going to be the better striker. Volkov is tough, so obviously that's why I'm not just doing just KO, because it easily could go to a decision. I think the odds are actually predicting that it will, so there's that. And Chaku, he's going to get the knockout. If for some reason he decides to point fight like he did against OSP, you know, then there you go. It's going to go to a decision, so get a future-proof yourself, or yeah, whatever the term is there, future-proof, sure, KO or decision. I like it. Hooper, Chase Hooper. He's already submitted Clay Guida before. He's probably going to do it again. If not, Clay Guida is tough. Might cause Chase some few problems. I doubt it though. So decision or submission, I think it's the safest bet. And then Evloev. Sterling, I'm going to be wishing for, but the problem is his chin can sometimes go. And I do not see Evloev submitting Sterling. I think Sterling's still so aware on the ground that I think he's going to be able to see all the submission attempts coming. And I think Evloev has some underrated hands, so he might be able to catch him as Sterling's maybe coming in for his own takedowns. So I like Evloev here. I'm obviously going to be rooting for Sterling because I think he's getting a little far too much hate for obviously how he won the belt and just his title defenses and all that kind of stuff. But I like Sterling. I'm actually going to be rooting for him, but I think Evloev's unfortunately going to get this done by decision or KO. Favorite time. Parlay time. So we have Green Bets Parlay. It's a lock. Lock of the century. Battle and Pantoja. So when I say it's a lock, it's a risky lock. Okay, I'm just be very transparent. Okay? I had to put something here, and I don't really like the rest because I could have done in Chuck Wu and Chase Hooper, which if you look at my deck parlay, it actually is that. But that's already been done, right? They're two like -500 and -1200 or some shit like that, right? I'm not gonna do that for a lock. I want some value. I like Brian Battle. I think he's gonna win. Obviously, his opponent, who's he going to get? Randy Brown. That is going to be the toughest test that Battle's had, but I think Battle's a dog, and I think he's got it in him. I think he's going to get it done. And then Pantoja, super high on him. 105 for the odds. Love it. In Chuckwu Hooper, first 2 fights, like I said, I hit these all the time. So just, I don't know. I know the odds are kind of like not as good as on this one, but it's going to hit. Next, round line parlay. Over 1.5. Evloev gone. Anders. Pretty straightforward. Should hit. 2-leg parlay here. Pantoja and Gone. Again, I'm pretty high on Pantoja and Gone. Seems like a lock, so I like the value. Next, Evloev and Bryce Mitchell. You know, Royce Gracie or whatever his name is. Crom Gracie, sorry. Just fucking hoons. So I like Mitchell there. He's going to get it done. Get the Arkansas wrestling in him. And then obviously Evloev. And then this one, obviously don't tail this last one here. It's just for shits and giggles. It's basically 50-50 for both fighters here. I'm on the underside out of the Weidman. I think Weidman's just past his days, kind of washed. And then Chiesa, I actually think he's going to win against Max Griffin. So obviously 264, if that hits, I will be astonished. But, you know, that's it. So, guys, that was the best bets. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your bets are. Obviously, the graphics, how you like those. Obviously, like and subscribe. Don't really feel like I'm missing anything else here. So, I'm just going to end it. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time.